In the following presentation, we shall present Othello, Desdemona, and Iago's biographies. Starting off with Othello, he was born in North Africa. Ere arriving in Venice, Othello had a rough start to his life, as that gent hath been sold a slave. However, he escaped and travelled country to country before arriving in Venice. Othello is someone who values honesty, respect, and love. That gent is physically stout and intelligent. His negative characteristics are that gent is insecure due to his age, his life as a soldier, and his race. He is free of nature and an open-minded person, which was exploited by Iago to twist the love that gent possessed for Desdemona and turned into jealousy. The associated themes to Othello are jealousy and racism. Othello's only family is that gent is married to Desdemona. Cassio is Othello's lieutenant and Iago is his ensign who had passed over for a promotion. Othello's mother had passed hence. Othello slowly made his way up the Venetian social rankings with his hard work in battle, which that gent was rewarded with the privilege of being the general of the army. Although that gent is highly respected, he is still pondered as an outsider due to his cultural and racial difference in Venice. A few racial epithets that gent is had called by included the Moor, thick lips, black ram, and Barbary horse. His achievements are mainly focused around the army, as that gent is the commander of a successful battle force and hath wonneth many wars.
Now for Desdemona's biography. Upbringing. Desdemona is the daughter of a Venetian senator Brabantio. This maketh her grow up with a high social status and gives her more pressure into following her father's orders. Although the lady refuses to marryeth any of the rich, handsome Venetian men, yon everyone expects her to marryeth. Instead, the lady elopes with Othello, a North African. Childhood and schooling. Desdemona hath grown up being in charge of her own household and continues to fulfill her duties by being hostess at official receptions. Family and societal connections. First, there is Brabantio. He is a Venetian senator and Desdemona's father. Then Othello, who is married to Desdemona. Iago is a military veteran from Venice who hates Othello. Emilia, Iago's jointress and Desdemona's attendant. And finally, there is Cassio, who is Othello's lieutenant, and he is accused of sleeping with Desdemona. More about Desdemona. Throughout the play, Desdemona is loyal to Othello. Although Cassio finds a way to trick Othello and make it that gent believe yon Desdemona is cheating on that gent. All the lady tries to do is protect her cousin Cassio, who got fired. Othello ends up killing Desdemona for her infidelity, which Iago hath brought to his attention. Although before the lady dies, the lady changes her story, claiming yon the lady has committed suicide to protect Othello. Also, before Desdemona dies, the lady tries to prove her innocence, but Othello kills her. And finally, for the characteristics and values and themes, she is adorably bold, intelligent, forgiving, adventurous, positive, and finally for the themes, there is sexism and womanhood.
Now for Iago's biography. Iago was born in Venice in 1775. Hath raised in a wealthy family, Iago wasn't the typical knave of which was expected from that gent, nor was his parents. Iago hadst difficulty of co-equal the incapacity to connect with other people, resulting that gent not to hast many or no friends growing up, although Iago wasn't dearn as himself was far enough. Iago cameth from an extremely wealthy background, as his parents was famous philanthropists. At a young age, Iago would constantly forswear his way into things, especially to his parents, who was very supportive of that gent, although couldn't findeth out wherefore that gent acted the way that gent didst. As Iago got older, that gent would receiveth into fights at school for the joy of bringeth that gent, to a point whither Iago handicapped another in-horn man. Iago and Emilia's relationship is eke one of Iago's lies. Iago useth Emilia as a dewberry, and is only as relevant to that gent as much as the gent needeth that lady. Iago hath neither the desire nor the ability to love anything or anybody. Although Iago's carelessness for that lady, Emilia truly cares and loves Iago. Iago is an extremely manipulative person who useth people as tools and playeth with those folk as mere puppets. Although Iago's actions art oft driven by jealousy, but those gents are eke driven by a simple love of evil. Iago seeks evil in all forms. If to be true, it's manipulating or falsing. That gent is intellectual, but that is compensated by his want of empathy. Iago hath risen through the ranks in the army by merit and achievement. Iago's analytical skills allowed that gent to beast the main trusted advisor of a high-ranked military general, Othello.